All right. Looks like we're cooking here. It is April 18th. So, moving right along through our year. A lot of cool stuff going on. Uh, Anybody got anything you want me to address first? I know there was a big opening at Kartra this morning with AI, so that's kind of cool. I was going to go over that, show that. All right. Let's see here. All right. So, nobody got anything you want me to hit first? Hop right into it? Okay. All
Hey,
right, cool.
hey, Don.
There's that cargo thing
Hey,
that I told I'll send you an email about.
Yep, I was going to hit that one, the AI portion. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
just my speaker cut out. I heard something about Kartra, and then I pushed the wrong button. But are you gonna you'll cover that? I didn't want to miss anything, but you're gonna
Yeah,
cover it.
yeah, absolutely. I got a notice. Uh, Actually, I got word about this was coming last week, and then this morning it looks like they just released it, and it is live. So I just went in and kind of played around with it. But it's AI inside of Kartra. So like when you're creating assets, um, especially like page assets and stuff, biggest problem most people have, I think, is blank page syndrome. With Kartra templates, you get the ipsum lorem text, and most people just leave it. and and then you publish your page and you got all this ipsum lorem stuff all over it. And most people just don't replace it because they just don't know what to type in there. So with this now, you can just click a button and it will fill in all the text for you. So pretty cool stuff. So let me show that to you. I'll get into my Kartra account here. Share my screen. All right. So inside my Kartra account, the first thing you need to do if you want to activate this and really make it work to your advantage is you need to go under your profile and go to settings. And when you go to the settings tab, you're going to have a new thing down here called AI business settings. And if you don't set this up, you're going to get generic, probably fairly hokey information. If you set this up, it's like the base prompts to tune the AI in. And it's like when you create bots, if any of you have created any GPT bots, you'll be aware of this. But a lot of you that haven't done this yet might not be. And it's like the framework. You're putting the framework around your bot. And that's what you have here. This AI inside of Kartra is a bot. It's a bot. And bot is basically just a short for robot. It's a robot to do robotic things for you in your favor. So what you want this bot to do is you want this bot to write text. But the thing is, you don't just want some generic bot that just writes any old text, right? If this is a bot for you, you want this bot to be specific to what you're doing. So that's where you have these AI business settings in here. This is where you put the framework around your bot. So when you hit change here, you'll notice it's got your company name, and then you select your industry, whatever industry you want to have here. Like I'll do marketing and advertising. Then you put in here what products or services do you offer. This way it knows what you're doing. Then here you dial it in with your audience. You can plug in who your audience is, who your customers are. You could put some of your avatar details in here, like maybe their desires, their fears, that kind of stuff. And then how would you describe your business? What problems do you solve? Vision, what makes you unique? Notice the wording here, like the problems that you solve. This is the stuff I've been talking about in ACT that's so important. You need to figure this stuff out when it comes to your business. So you can train these bots of what they should be doing. It's funny, the bots just out of the box are asking you what is most important. And that is, what problem do you solve? What makes you unique? And I see so many business owners that still don't understand that. They're talking about stuff, but they're not talking about the problem that they solve. They're not focused on what's important to their customers. So you got to fill this stuff out if you want this thing to work for you. I haven't really done the work to do this, so I'm just gonna skip it for now. And it's not letting me, doesn't want me to, it wants me to continue on to do this to finish this. So I'm just gonna skip out. I'm gonna go over to pages and I'm gonna show you how this thing works. Assuming that you've done this, we'll go to pages and I'm just going to edit a page. This is an affiliate page here, and this is a clone. So I'm not worried about breaking it or anything, but just going to go into edit it. And when you go into the page builder, everything is kind of in sections. So the way I believe that this works is it works section by section. So as this page loads, it's going to show us all of our wonderful page sessions that we're going to be able to edit. Okay. So these are the sections I'm talking about. So we've got Brady, our affiliate manager here. So let's edit his section. We don't have a lot of information in here, but all we've got is Brady is happy to help you get the most out of our affiliate relationship. So let's go. You see the little AI button over here? You click on that, and that's going to open up the AI tool. And then it says, what kind of content do you need? And then you can set the tone if you want it casual, if you want it conversational, if you want it enthusiastic, formal, friendly. So you got a bunch of stuff here. You can set the tone. So we'll try humorous. And language being English. Here's where you can turn on your AI business settings. That's what I just showed you a minute ago. If you don't have that set up, you're not going to be able to take advantage of it. So we're just going to use the basics now. And I'm just going to put in here, what do we use for I'm going to put a question. What do we use for affiliate manager part of our site? Make Brady look good. And we'll hit use AI. Now it's going to work. It's figuring out like what to put into this section. How long it's going to take, I have no idea. So we will see what happens. But it's doing its thing. And you'll notice we didn't have much in here. It was just contact our affiliate manager and Brady's happy to help you get the most. All right, so here we go. Here is add a section. It's basically recommending this section. So I'm gonna shrink that down. So let's introduce our superstar team, the A team making affiliate magic happen. So you could decide if you want to add that section or not. Then it put another section here. Unleash the power of affiliation with our squad. Our affiliate managers are experts in making things happen. Join Brady's affiliate dream team. We know what we're doing and we do it well. And then it changed all this stuff as well. Let's see if it changed anything else. Oh, so it actually changed everything. Wow. and it's offering to add these sections to the site. Interesting. Huh. So I guess you get the ability to pick and choose what you want to add and what you don't. This is oh, it even changed up here. Welcome to Brady's Corner. Meet our amazing affiliate managers. Huh.
I say add a section and see how it works.
Yeah, so let's take this one for instance. This section here wasn't here before. So we will just add that section right there. Add a section.
That looks like it was giving you the option to add a section, not that it was hitting to add that section.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think you're right. If we click there, it wants to know what section you want to add. Okay, they've really changed this around. So I am not really sure that I like this.
So John, when you say add a section and you click on add a section, it doesn't actually add that in there after
Well,
all.
no, Tim was right. When you click add a section here, I was wondering where the section part went because over in the side we used to have sections, and I noticed that has disappeared now. And then here it's showing you where you can actually add a section.
Yeah, I think that created that new stuff for you, and you have to go into each individual one to edit it now.
Yeah.
And
To
the add
edit it and put it where you want it to go.
Yeah, because these are the sections. This is where it hit them. Okay, so this is completely different than what I thought. So this is really changed up how you edit these pages. Now, what I don't like about this is it changed everything on this whole page. And I'm like, being able to not compare that to what we had before, I don't like that.
So, John, the way to do that, all right, is to compare it is save it as one version and then take a new version and retitle the new version as something else. And now you have two versions of it and you get to choose. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but you can imagine like if you've got a big long sales page and it's going to edit your whole sales page, that's going to suck.
That's why I'd have a duplicate page. I would never have it do the page I'm using. I would make a duplicate page and then edit the duplicate page.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to return to the dashboard without saving. Don't save or publish or you're going to save all those changes. So here it says, are you sure you wish to go to the dashboard? All changes will be lost. I'm okay with that.
Which is a good thing there, because I've used that many times myself where I've screwed up. Oh crap, I didn't want to do that. And I
Yeah.
just exit out and it doesn't save it.
So this is a case of a feature being added, I think, way before it's ready to be added. I don't know that I would recommend that you use that feature in here unless you really want it to just write the whole page for you. So I don't see that as being really useful myself right out of the gate. I think they need some work on that one. So
I don't know. I'm gonna play with it. I literally got back from a meeting, John, when I got the email reading about this morning, going, I hope John's gonna talk about it.
yeah,
But
well, this is actually the first time I've played with it live, so that was kind of a surprise to see how that worked. And also, I mean, notice when you go into the page, when we go in to edit the page, it flat out looks different because the side menu is different. Like over here, we used to have the sections in there, and you could slide a section in, and you could put a blank section, and and then add whatever you wanted to add into it.
Well, I like that because now it gives me the option to add it as opposed to sliding it. In Kartra, now the builder I use, and I know you use Beaver Builder, but I use Optimized Press.
Mhm.
The add-in features are so much easier to add. Kartra's
Yeah.
was always so hard, and I think it's going to make it easier doing it that way.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like this add a section feature. That is making it easier, and I can see how it works now. This is just your section bars. So what type of a section do you want? Like there's the empty section. That's what I was talking about, moving an empty section in. Because before you had to slide it, and then if you didn't drop it in the right place, it screwed everything up. So I do like this particular piece of it. I think this is a good addition, but I just wasn't real happy with the way the AI just changed everything on the whole page. I was expecting it to change that one section that I was working on. So to me, I would want myself personally a little more control than that. So that would not work for me to have it just change the whole damn page. That's not what I would want. Now, if you were starting from scratch, let me get out of here, get out of this edit page. Let's say you were adding a new page and let's say we wanted a long sales page. See how it's got all the funky ipsum lorem text in here? If I were to have it redo an entire page from scratch there, that would be okay, because then it would give me a base to work from. But if I had a long page and I'd done a bunch of work on it and I just wanted, some help on one section and it changed all my hard work, I'd be pissed. So I would not want it going in and taking that kind of control over an entire page.
John, is there a way because like obviously you were doing this in the process, is there a way that you can dictate you just want this one section as opposed to the whole thing? Because remember, it was taking a long time to come up with something simple. Well, now we know why, because it was doing the whole thing. But maybe there's a setting that just restricts it to one particular part.
Yeah, I'd have to play around with it. I didn't see that. I was assuming that the part we were editing was the part we were, kind of gonna be working with there, but that definitely was not the case. So I think that would take some playing around with. But if you were starting from scratch, I could see the benefit in it. But if you were just editing a portion of the page, I think you'd be better off just to be working in Perplexity or Chat GPT, getting the little chunk of text that you want to plug in. I think that would probably give you a lot more control. So I don't remember where we left off last week, but I know I had created the funnel. Did I show you guys the funnel map that I had made? I don't remember if
No,
we
you
did that.
didn't.
Okay, so remember last week we were talking about the funnel, and over here, let's see. Oh, not in there. Campaign. I'm getting funnels and campaigns mixed up. So under campaigns, I had created this monster campaign, and it's got even more pieces now than it did when I showed you guys last week. We're up to 58 assets. This is an entire marketing campaign from start to finish. It's got everything, and it is amazing. So I want to show you guys, what this thing looks like. And let's see. Okay, here it is. I did it graphically. So last week I was talking about the pieces and I could see you guys were just like glazing over. So I said, I'm going to lay this out visually so you can actually see what it looks like. And now I'm going to walk you through it. So it starts here with a traffic source. Now that could be any traffic source. That could be paid ads. That could be a social media post. That could be a live event where you're pushing people to a landing page. It could be anything. So it's just a generic traffic source. Now the first page it hits is my free ebook. That is about AI. It's about AI automation. So it's not specifically about lead gen. It's basically, I am attracting people in here to get to figure out, are they looking for AI to increase their business? Because it's about using AI for marketing automation to take your business to the next level. You know, if they opt in for that, they go to the thank you page. The thank you page is where they actually get to download the AI book. Now, on the thank you page, this yellow text here is an offer to go to a lead gen webinar where it shows them how to get AI to generate the perfect leads for them. That starts up this sequence. This is a follow-up email sequence. There's 12 emails in the sequence. All 12 of these emails is trying to get you to this page to register for the webinar to watch the lead gen webinar. You know, there's two angles here depending on the timer. This thing has a timer on it for a live webinar that's happening over here in this box. If the timer has expired and the live webinar is already done, you're not gonna see this page ever again. This page disappears, and this is the sign up to see the replay page. So obviously when the live webinar is over, you can't register for a live webinar that's already taken place. You can't attend a live webinar that's already taken place. So this page here is the replay. So if we come here and it's already taken place, we go here, we sign up and we go right to the replay. If the webinar has not taken place, we go down here to the thank you page. On the way to the thank you page is where it has the button to join the live webinar. On the way there, we trigger another sequence to make sure that you show up for this webinar. This is a set of another 12 emails to make sure you're going to show up here. Yeah, again, if you click in the sequence to show up to the live webinar and it's already taken place, since you're already registered, you're going to get passed right here to just watch it. It's going to just bypass all the rest of the stuff and go right here. So from here, this is where you're taken. Whether you go to the live webinar and you watch it live or you watch the replay, at the end of the presentation, there's going to be an offer. The offer is here on the sales page. And the first offer is a 72-hour offer. This is my big webinar sequence that I've been doing for years, selling SitePop really, really successfully. So it's a 72-hour offer. And in this case, what we're doing is we're giving 2 months of free service if they sign up within 72 hours. They get a bunch of bonuses. They get their activation fee reduced. They get 2 months of free service. They get reduced monthly cost. They get to lock it in for life. So that's the 72-hour sale. When you hit this or this, either one of these, it triggers the offer sequence. The offer sequence is, I think it's 14 emails to make sure you show up for the offer. Not only do you hit the webinar, but you show up for the offer. Because if this sequence is triggered, we already know you've already been through the webinar, either live or recorded, and you've seen the offer page. So this is a set of 14 emails to bring you back to the offer if you didn't purchase. So when the timer hits 0, you move to a 48-hour offer. An email goes out and says, hey, sorry you missed the first offer. The 2 months free is off the table. But we've extended the offer another 48 hours and we'll give you 1 free month now. And now you get another set of emails reminding you that this timer is going to hit 0. When that one hits 0, you get another email says, and it's a funny email. It says, oops, you missed it again, like the song. And then we hit this page. On this page, since you haven't taken the offer on the first 2, I'm assuming that price was an issue. So on this offer, we open up a downsell to the lower version of the product at a discount. That goes on for 48 hours. And then if you miss that, you go to full blown retail. There's no months free. There's no discount. There's no reduced activation fees. It's full price. On here, if you get into the cart and you don't complete the sale, this sequence kicks on and it's a cart abandonment sequence. So all to bring you back here to make this sale. As soon as you purchase off of any one of these pages, that's the thank you page that says we made a sale. We converted this. Now from there, the line goes over this page. This is an upsell page. So this is an option. If you take the upsell, then you get the fulfillment sequence for the upsell. If you don't take the upsell, you get the fulfillment sequence for the product itself. If you take the upsell, you actually get both fulfillment sequences. So for the product, it introduces you to the membership area, gives you your access, tells you how it works. Then it introduces you to the help desk, shows you how the support works, and then goes on and on and on to fulfill and make sure that you get the most use out of the product. We didn't have any of this when we started. So this is all just refining the machine. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I've never had anything like this ever. I've had pieces of this, but never the full automation string strung together and actually working. You could drop people in here anytime. And once this thing goes live, it's evergreen. So it knows that when somebody signs up for the webinar, it just goes to the replay page. All of this stuff is ignored. The replay, they go right here. They get taken to the offer and the offer sequence fires. If in the future I get a new affiliate and he says, hey, I want to run a live webinar, all I have to do is come back here and reset this timer. When I reset this timer and this timer here, we go back into live mode and this whole section reactivates. This thing is really cool. This is the way you want to make an evergreen funnel. Now, lucky for you guys, I've packaged this all up and I can give it to you inside your Kartra account. And when I say that, it's all the pieces, it's all the automations, it's all the follow-up emails, all the sequencing, everything. Everything is inside there in that campaign. And I can transport that right into your account. This I'm going to use as a free giveaway for anybody that wants to sign up for Kartra. Anybody that doesn't have automation in their business, this is going to be my lead magnet. I'm going to say, how would you like a fully functioning business with everything ready to go? Including your opt-in pages, your sequences for a live event. If you don't want a live event, no worries. Just plug in a replay video and it'll skip right over it. A full sales sequence, upsells, downsells, a membership site, a help desk, calendar system. This is basically for onboarding. So it's got a calendar system built in with an appointment scheduler. So it's like everything Kartra has, all completely done, all put together the way that I would do it. And this is really cool to actually see it visually for the first time, because I did this whole thing in my head. I just knew what I wanted and I built the pieces and connected them together. And then I laid it out and I'm like, holy shit, that's pretty good. I don't think I would do it any differently. If I were to map this out and plan it, I don't think I would do it any differently than I did it in my head. Now, we didn't talk about G1 and G2. This is where you get to the end and it's full-blown retail. Most people are not going to want to pay that. There is an option on this page to become a beta tester. So if they get here and they still want, if they click the beta test button, I know they want access. So they go to a thank you page here, or they go to a registration to register to be a beta tester. And on the thank you page of the beta test, it says, we're sorry, the first round of beta testing is full, but we're putting you on the waiting list for the second one. And then it kicks off this offer sequence again and allows them back into the first part of the 72-hour sale where they can get the biggest discount. So rather than them waiting an unlimited amount of time to get access to this, by now they know how powerful it is. And I'm giving them a second chance to start the sequence again and get in with the 2 months free, the reduced activation fee, the lower monthly fee, and lock it in for life. So it's a complete circle from beginning to end, no way out of this mousetrap. You're going to buy this thing at one point or another, or I'm going to badger the living shit out of you till you do. So, and it is really cool. The other thing it has, you see the automations here. The only thing I can't show here, or you see the sequences rather. What you don't see is you don't see the list of automations. There's a list of automations, and in Kartra, an automation is nothing more than an if-then statement. So for an example, if someone signs up for the webinar, I want to stop the sequence of trying to get them to sign up for the webinar. Once they've signed up, I don't want 10 more emails going out saying, hey, you know, sign up, last chance. I don't want to do that. So the automation says if they sign up, stop A3, kill it, and move them to B3. B3 is not sign up, it's show up. B3 is very important to make sure they show up to this live webinar. If the live webinar is over, I want B3 killed. I don't want them to be continuously pushed to something that's not there. Now, if they get in here and they hit this 72-hour sequence and they purchase, let's say they hit the replay or the live webinar, and they go in and they purchase first day. I don't want this webinar offer sequence following them around for the next week. I want them over here in the fulfillment sequence, getting up and running and making money. I want to pull them out of all the rest of the sequences and put them into the one that I need them in at that point in their journey. Can you just for a minute imagine what this would be like if you had no way to automate it?
A nightmare.
Track
A night.
50 people dropping into here at different times of the day or the week. Can you just imagine what that would be like? You'd be looking for a day job because you wouldn't want to be doing that. So that this thing is so incredibly powerful. It's unbelievable. But the thing is, when you buy Kartra, you know, you've got a box of all these tools, but putting something like this together seems like an impossibility. Because for one, you don't even know what all the pieces are, and you have no idea how to methodically seam them together, you know, in this kind of a strategy. Now, your strategy might be completely different. Yours might be very simple. You might only have one sales page. So if that were the case, all you'd have to do is just delete 3 of these pages and just take it down to 1. You know, if you didn't have a live webinar, you just skip this, you go to a sign up to watch a video. instead of a replay of a webinar, it could just be a sales video. Watch our video, see how our product works, see how it can change your life. You can simplify the heck out of this thing. You might not have a membership site or a help desk. It might be as simple as they buy an ebook and download it, and then that's it. I would encourage you highly not to do that, though. There's a lot of other stuff that you could bring in and sell after the fact. Like I did a couple of consults this week, and it was basically several of them had the same theme to them. They were trying to use acquisition to sell a low dollar product with nothing on the back end. And I'm like, that goes back to my maternity dress story. If you've got a low dollar product and it's a one-off sale and you're going to spend advertising, you're not going to make it. You're not going to be able to make enough profit in the sale to sustain that and have a valuable business model. So that front end product, that low end product really needs to become your lead magnet. And then you go to work to figure out, okay, what are the other things this person is going to need, even if you don't supply them? And then you set up affiliate relationships. You set up a funnel like this that goes on for years and years and years into the future. Basically, figuring out what someone's timeline is going to be throughout their whole life. Like, what are they going to need next? After they get what they need the first time, what do they need next? And you don't have to supply the product. You just need to find the person that does do that and connect the dots and make the money. So I hope that's kind of clear, because it goes from a business model that's impossible to a business model that's incredibly profitable. And it's not only profitable, it's a freedom model, because you're freeing your time. When you put something like this in place, this automates the sale. This thing could go on for years. This could go on for the rest of your life. And all you've got to do is drop someone over here into this first free thing. Can you see how anywhere along the line here, like once you get through here and you think the game's over, you could have an automation trigger that 30 days later, maybe we introduce another product to them. Maybe we know after 30 days, they're going to have this one in play and they're going to be up and running and they're going to be happy. But nobody is ever happy. Once they get what they think they wanted, guess what? They want something new. They want something else. They want the next thing. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, what business you're in. This goes to everything. And I mean, including food. Food is a problem. You're hungry. You got a problem. You eat. You're satisfied. What's going to happen a few hours later? It's going to start again. Any product that we buy, you buy a car. Then what? You need insurance, right? Then what? You need fuel. Then what? You need the car washed every week. It goes on and on and on. Then you need service. Then you need to replace big stuff. Then you're probably going to want another car, right? It never ends. Once you figure out what someone wants, it's forever. It doesn't end. Either it either changes or it repeats. One or the other.
Hey, John.
Yeah, go ahead, Randy.
So I didn't catch where this is in Kartra. Is this the same thing as building your own funnel?
This is a fully built out funnel in Kartra. Yes.
So where do you go to start the process?
So inside Kartra, you've got all these pieces. You can start anywhere. You could start with an opt-in box.
Oh, okay. So just use this as the roadmap.
So this is the roadmap. But
Got
what
it.
I did was I put this all together if you want this, I can transplant this whole thing right into your account. And then you can just edit it and put your stuff in place.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely do. Hey, so if you don't have, like in your case, over here, G1 and G2, you have it where you can,
Let me
I guess,
show-
beta test or whatever, right?
I didn't mean to cut you out of the thing.
Oh,
So
that's okay. So you have it where you can beta test a product,
yes. So
but
on this page, there's a beta option. It says
but
if
it
you're looking for beta testers.
right. But so you just don't go there if it doesn't fit, you don't do it, right? I mean,
Correct.
you
Yeah.
don't have to.
They'll never see this page if they take one of these offers. There's no beta on any of these pages.
Okay, got it.
It's if they don't get any of this, they get the option to beta, and then it's kind of a bait and switch, honestly. Because the
Okay,
beta test is actually over. We've already completed it. And it gives them a chance to get on the list for the second round of beta testing.
got it. Okay. So yeah, I need that. But let me ask you a quick question, because I have two, I need help from you guys, but with regard to the things that I would love for you to speak to other than AI, there are two other areas I'm getting requests on for April 30th, not just AI, but the ACT program and also the lead generation acquisition air. And there are a lot of people that are asking for, more than just the intro to AI and how AI can help them. Can you see yourself doing that in an hour and 15 minutes or so?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But
All right.
here's here's a problem that I had when I got this all done, or I had it almost done. The thing I didn't have done yet was I didn't have these sequences.
Mhm.
And I'm looking at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 follow-up sequences in this campaign. One of them's not shown here, but it's in the actual bundle. So I'm sitting here with 7 sequences of 12 emails or more. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna not live long enough to write all these emails, right?
Mhm.
That was my thought. So I'm like, what do I do? I'm kind of screwed. I want to get this thing up and running. So remember I talked about Perplexity the
Mhm.
other day? Perplexity is it's kind of like a replacement for Chat GPT. I think it's light years ahead of Chat
Mhm.
GPT, honestly, especially for business owners. It does amazing output for business. So what I did, let me show you. I created this. And this is a Word doc. I just went over to Perplexity and I put in here so you guys could see my actual thought process. This thing is it's 53 pages long. It's 53 pages of me interacting with Perplexity to do what I needed done. And along the way, I learned so much. It was incredible. So I started off with, I need help marketing an AI lead gen software product. It's called Acquisitionaire. Sales page could be found here. I gave it the URL. Please analyze the contents and tell me who the ideal, most profitable customer would be for this AI lead gen software. And here it is. The ideal, most profitable customer for Acquisitionaire: B2B companies that heavily rely on inbound leads and have sales teams dedicated to following up on those leads quickly. It knew exactly who is the best person for this product. Now, how many of you are trying to sell this to something outside of here and you're having trouble? It's because you're not focused on the ideal customer. Here are the key factors that make a company a great fit for this product. I mean, this is doing all of your analysis work for you. B2B companies selling high ticket products and services, consulting, financial, companies with a strong online presence and content marketing efforts to attract searchers. This is telling you they know how to grab attention with email. Companies that value speed and follow-up on fresh, high-intent leads. I see so many people buying acquisitionnaire and trying to sell it to people that don't know how to sell their stuff, and they're getting stuck because they're not focused on who they need to be focused on. This thing told me in one shot who to sell this to. Right? I mean, in all of these is the reference. It gives you the reference of where it found the data. So you can click to go and actually see it. But it dug into that. And it said, the next thing I said after seeing that, I was like thinking, wow, I just hit the jackpot here. I put up, I am planning to do a live webinar as a sales presentation focusing on all the features and benefits you've outlined, plus all the features and benefits you didn't come back with yet. So I'm pre-framing it with it's not done yet. Then I said the sign up page is located here, and I gave it the webinar opt-in page. Please analyze the webinar sign up page, and along with what you've discovered in regards to acquisitionnaire, provide me a 12 short follow-up emails. I didn't even write that correctly, but it understood what I wanted to deliver after they sign up to make sure they show up for the webinar. Start with a thank you email congratulating them on taking an important step to getting new customers, leveraging the new tech and power of AI. The email, let's see, where did I leave off here? The emails should be short, powerful, benefit loaded, and create a sense of urgency. It said, here's a series of 12 short, powerful follow-up emails to send after someone signs up for acquisitionnaire webinar. Right? Look at how short these are. That's the email. There's number 2. That's all it's saying to send them. Not these big long sheets of paper that a lot of you are trying to send as emails for grabbing people's attention. Just little punches. It's like, looky here, looky here, looky here. So this is basically getting them hyped up after they've signed up to come and watch the live webinar. You know, tired of your sales team chasing dead-end leads? Acquisitionnaire delivers piping hot leads that are actively researching and ready to buy now. Boost sales instantly. That's trying to get them to show up for that webinar. So there's the 12. Now I come back and I say, that looks great. I also need a set of 12 emails for the sequence going to prospects to get them to sign up for the live webinar. Right? Because I needed that sequence too. Here's its answer. Here's 12 of those. It gives me the subject line. The future of lead generation is here. Here's leads on tap 24/7. Are you terrified of being left behind? Yeah, so there's 12 different, completely different angles to attack people to try and get them to sign up for that webinar. How long do you figure it would have taken me to do this on my own? I'd probably still be toiling over it. All right, so then I realized after it did all that work, I realized I didn't have a call to action. So I said, what would be a good consistent call to action to add to each of these emails to prompt them to sign up for the webinar? So here, basically, it came up with reserve your spot for the game-changing webinar now. Here's why it works well, and it's selling me on the fact of why to do this. And it's making references. There's a reference to a LinkedIn article. Here's a reference to a livewebinar.com blog talking about, how to do this. Here's a reference to Descara, call to action examples. It's pulling all this stuff. How long would it have taken me to research that on my own? Then I said, I need a series of 12 email follow-ups for my cart abandonment sequence. for those those who get to the shopping cart yet didn't complete their order. Please create a great 12 mail sequence for this purpose to bring them back to finish their purchase. Remind them of the benefits and the cost of not taking action. And here it comes, same thing. Did you have a question? This deal won't last. What's holding you back? You ever heard me say that? What's holding you back? Eliminating an objection? You were so close. Yeah, it's not just rehashing the same thing. It's given you 12 completely different angles of attack, 12 chances to bring this person back. I've been looking at some of your email sequences, and you're saying the same damn thing 12 times, changing one word. This is a completely different angle. It even uses their name. Your last chance, John, in the subject to grab their attention. Yeah, and then this one was phenomenal. I said, now for the most important series of all, I need a sequence of emails for my offer that will be presented at the end of the webinar. It's a complex offer that has 4 parts. And I break down exactly the timing for each section and what's in it. This is a very long prompt I gave this thing with all the details of when those things triggered, what they lose, all of this. And it wrote a 14 email sequence. And it gave me the timing. It says immediately after this one goes out. And then 24 hours after the webinar, this one goes out. And 48 hours, this one goes out. Only this says basically 24 hours left for the 2 months free. It's reminding them. This one goes out 60 hours, 69 hours, 71 hours, and then 72 hours. You missed it, but there's an extension. It's bringing them into the second layer of the sequence. 72 hours in, then 96 hours, 108 hours, 120 hours, 129 hours. All these emails are automatically triggering at these time blocks. 144 hours after the webinar. Discount's gone. Here's your final chance. Yeah. 156 hours, 165 hours. I mean, how long would it have taken me to do that? This thing just spat it out like it was nothing. Then, can you make me a set of high converting emails for our affiliates to send to their lists to invite them to our webinar? I believe this is collectively called a swipe file. Said, here's a high converting swipe file of emails for affiliates to promote the Acquisition Air webinar to their lists. Right? There's 4 of them. One of them highlights the opportunity. One of them gives them a sneak peek. One of them talks about the scarcity of the offer. And then the reminder, don't miss it. So I can give this swipe file to my affiliates and say, send this out over the next 4 days. Email 1 goes today. Email 2 goes tomorrow. Email 3 goes the day after that. Email 4 goes the following day. I just made it just dead stupid for them to not do it. It's a complete no-brainer. They don't have to think about anything. Just copy these in, paste them in, send it to their list, and they're going to make money. Then I ask it, are you familiar with the term lead magnet in marketing? It says, yes, I'm familiar with the term. And then it tells me all about it. And I said, that is correct. What would be some ideas for the best lead magnets for Acquisition Air to attract our ideal customers? And it starts coming back with a free AI lead scoring audit. Kartra will happen to do this now because it does surveys and quizzes. A missed opportunity report, a live lead capture demo, competitive lead analysis, an AI lead gen playbook, which I might come back and say, could you write that for me? And then I'd have another lead magnet, another ebook. So anyway, I came back and I said, I like the idea of number one, free AI lead scoring audit. Can you turn that into a short quiz revealing their pain and what they will discover by taking the quiz, and lead them to the need for in-market leads by acquisitionaire? So that was my prompt. It came back with, sure, I'd be happy to create a lead magnet quiz for acquisitionaire. And here it is, the attention-grabbing headline, is your lead generation broken? Take this 60-second quiz to find out. And then there's the benefit-driven description. Look at this, it actually gave me the quiz questions. It wrote the whole quiz for me. And then it has the success pages. Here's what you tell them if they score poorly. Here's what you tell them if they score moderately. Here's what you tell them if they score well. It did all the work. Do you know how easy this was to just paste this shit into Kartra? And now I've got a full quiz as a lead magnet. I mean, how cool is that? I'll show you what it looks like. There it is. Is your lead gen broken? It even gave me the script to create the image in Midjourney. It gave me the prompt. It said, create an image in Midjourney using this prompt. I mean, what the hell? And there's the Kartra quiz. How many sales ready leads do you generate per month? 0 to 10. I'll do this and get a bad score for you, just so you can see what a bad score looks like. What percentage of your time is wasted on unqualified non-buyer leads? A lot. True or false? Your current lead gen can accurately identify the actual buying triggers of your ideal customers. I don't know why that gave a non-answer, but anyway, how quickly do you respond to a new lead? Over 4 hours. I can see something's broken in my true and false stuff. So here's another true false. Optimizing lead quality is more important than just generating more leads. Obviously, that would be true. I have automated follow-up systems in place to handle new leads. Most people don't. I threw this one in myself because this is a clincher. If you don't have this, you shouldn't be using acquisitionaire, more than likely. I have at least one existing lead funnel that is converting leads. Because if you don't have anything to match this up with to know if the leads are going to be good or not. So, congratulations. Your quiz results are in. Tell us where to send it. So, something is wrong with this. Let me see. Let me see if I can refresh it. Let me try this again. I just want to see if something's actually broken. Okay, it was a problem with my cache. So here's the true and false. You can accurately identify, probably not. Over 4 hours. Optimizing is more important. We'll say no. We're going to get a really bad score. I have automated follow-up systems. No. I have at least one funnel. No. Okay, so here it is. Congratulations. Drum roll, please. Get your test results now. Now it's analyzing. It says, uh-oh, looks like your lead gen efforts are severely underperforming based on your responses. Now guess what? That is 0 lead score. I didn't answer anything right. So what do you think I'm going to do here? Do you think I want to sell someone acquisitionaire now that can't use it? So get the ACT marketing protocol. I'm going to sell them something they can use. So what this quiz did was it identified this person's not right for acquisition error. This person's perfect for ACT because they don't have their shit together. And I even say it right here. The good news is we created what we call the ACT marketing protocol to get your marketing tuned up. It's based on the 3-step process ad agencies have been successfully using for over 100 years. Now you can put ACT to work for you. Get it now. So how cool is that? I just made a split for figuring out what this person needs and putting them onto the right sales page. And it was all from the AI. AI did the whole thing. And then I said, what would you consider the perfect signature product pitch? And it wrote me the product pitch for acquisition error. I said, now I need an outline for the webinar presentation itself. And it wrote me the outline. The next one, I think you're going to love this one. So on the last one, I screwed up. So here I didn't finish my prompt and I accidentally hit enter and it took off. And I said, please don't limit your out. So as I read this, I'm like, yeah, this isn't good. So I put my last response got cut short. It was meant to include this. Please don't limit your output to only what I've included. Use all of your marketing knowledge and understanding of the demographics and psychology of our ideal customer to create the most powerful webinar presentation for the highest conversion possible. Based on this, would you provide a different answer? And if so, what would that be? And it basically rewrote the thing. It says, got it. Thanks for the additional context. With no limits and averaging my full marketing knowledge, it's got better ideas. So it basically outlined the whole webinar presentation here. And here I put, please expand on making them self-identify with the pain points and lean in with their fears and frustrations. So then it's given me that. It's telling me how to do that. But this, okay, so check this out now. Now I said I'll be creating a PowerPoint slide presentation to display the key text points and visuals during the presentation. Can you give me a list of the slides in order start to finish, along with the text titles for each and the mid-journey prompts to create the visuals for each slide to get maximum impact? Like, is anybody just saying, what the hell here at this point? And it's given me opening slide, the end of lead generation as you know it. The mid-journey prompt, a futuristic city skyline with a massive red X over it, digital waves crashing in the foreground, photorealistic 8K. All I got to do is plug that into Midjourney and it's going to give me the image. It's outlined the whole thing. All the prompts for the graphics. How easy is it going to be for me to put that presentation together now? I've got all the points, all the titles, all the slides, all the graphics. Unbelievable. And then I love this one. It says, let me know if you need any other assistance bringing these slides and visuals to life powerfully. I told it, I'm having trouble imagining what else you can help me with, but I would love all the help you can give me. Can you tell me what more you would recommend that I request of you to help in any and all aspects of marketing acquisition error and the webinar presentation? Please do not hold back anything. And now it just unleashed on me. It's like, you know, I can help with webinar promotion strategy. I can help with presentation script and talking points, multimedia and production, offer and pricing strategy, live webinar support, post webinar strategy, reporting and analysis. And I'm like, please provide item 2 with all of its bullets and complete presentation script. Now it just wrote the whole script for me, so I don't even have to do the webinar. I can plug it into AI and have a voiceover done. I could plug it right into nvideo.io and my whole frickin' webinar would be done. So it gave me the whole script. And then here I asked it. It told a couple of stories and gave some statistics in the script. I said, are the stories and statistics real? And it's basically referencing where they came from. And then I ask it for, the top 5 reasons a company would need acquisition error to compete moving forward, because I wanted to throw that in as a kicker. And then I told it, look at my opt-in page. Let me know what could make it better. You know how when you guys bring your pages in here and I shred them for you? I do the walkthrough and basically critique it. I don't have anybody to do that for me. So this thing just did it. It looked at my opt-in page and it told me everything that was wrong with it. This is all the stuff that I would tell you guys. And it's just kicking my ass, telling me, hey, you could do better. And then after it gave me the recommendations, and you guys do this to me and I don't do it back, it's like, could you please just fix it? Can you create the copy for the opt-in page completely and succinctly as you have outlined? And now it's going to do exactly what I asked for. And then I had it do the next one for the opt-in book, for the AI book. Same thing. It analyzed the page, gave me all the recommendations, told me where I'd screwed up. And then I asked it, please rewrite with the angle. Because when it did this, it was basing it on acquisition error. And my lead magnet for the AI book is not about lead gen. It's about just generic. So I ask it, please rewrite with the angle that we're identifying business owners that want info about AI for marketing automation. Then we're offering an ebook to that end. There is no mention of acquisition error or lead gen specifically. We will introduce them to that in the follow-up sequence. So it says, got it. Here's the rewritten page optimized for capturing leads interested in AI for marketing automation. It's like, holy shit. That is just, this is crazy. If you guys are not using this technology, you're flat out kidding yourselves. This thing, as good as I am, I'm pretty decent at writing copy. This thing just smoked me. It made me just absolutely irrelevant. And
Hey, John.
it took a month's worth of work and took it down to about 15 minutes of me just asking a few simple questions. So somebody had a question there?
I did. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, go ahead, Dimitri.
Oh, thanks. So I support asked this, but I just want to see maybe if there's any future of updating this. If I have a three-word thing for the acquisition error, like for example, laser tattoo removal. If somebody types in the search box laser tattoo and then the suggestion box shows laser tattoo removal and they click on it, would it still grab that lead for me as long as all the other steps are there, or it won't because the person only typed laser tattoo?
If you put in 3, it requires it to have all 3. That's why we're now, at first we recommended using 3 just so you could get more specific.
Right.
At this point, we're recommending that you back off and use more two keyword phrases.
The only problem is when I used the 2 or even 1, it didn't bring up really, like it might said laser tattoo cream, laser tattoo, something else, and then the person specifically does laser tattoo removal. Is there anything in the
What I-
future coming where if they click on the auto suggestion and the search box contains all 3 words, even though they didn't type them all the way through, that it'll still pick it up? Is that something in the future that might be worked out or no?
I don't have anything like that on the radar at
Ah,
this
okay.
point. It's not to say that it's not possible.
Right.
I mean, we're always looking at things that we can do to, to improve on the systems and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it's definitely a possibility for sure.
Okay, perfect.
So if one of the things you can do is in our support, just put in there like, hey, this is a recommendation, something to think about. And then that gets all of our team sees that.
Got it.
And then, that gives us stuff to talk about behind the scenes. And, everybody collectively brainstorming is what can make this thing really powerful. So
Perfect. Thank you so much.
we're open to all ideas for sure.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, John, oh, someone else, never mind.
Yeah,
Susan,
I wanted to know how can we get this sequence if we don't have Kartra?
If you don't have Kartra, you're going to need to use something. You're gonna-
I think
I
that would
have
be a
other
good
platforms.
opportunity. That's usually a good opportunity to do John's affiliate link and get Kartra. I'm just
No, I
following
have,
it.
no, I have other platforms so where I have all my funnels. So I just
Well,
wanted to know.
Here's what you could do. You don't need to have Kartra. You don't have to have Kartra. You could take my blueprint and you could just rebuild in whatever you're using. A lot of people use Go High Level. You could do everything I've showed in Go High Level. It's just, I'm a Kartra user. I'm going to build stuff in Kartra, and anybody that's a Kartra user, I'm happy to share it with you.
So the blueprint is in the act, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So let me show you. I just added some very valuable resources for you guys. Very valuable. And let me share the screen again. I'll show you where to get it. Okay. So inside the ACT program, if you log in, you go under resources under the Kartra training tab. This is the one that I did with Chris. This is a whole blueprint in itself here. That's another Kartra blueprint. And we did a full thing on how to set that up. But if you go under the ultimate funnel, click on the ultimate funnel, there's the blueprint of what I just showed you. So you can download that image. Here is a video walkthrough of how to import the campaign into your Kartra account. This is a step-by-step. There's the share code for the thing. So that is my campaign right there. That's the share code for it. So you could download that, import that into your Kartra account. This is the video on exactly how to do it. This is a Word document that walks you through the funnel, showing you how the pieces all fit together. It's kind of just what I just went through with you guys. And then that document that I just shared with the process of how I created all the pieces, that's right here. Content creation using Perplexity session. So you guys could get all of my prompts that I used, all of the output that it gave me, everything that I've done to build this, all the assets, the how-to, and then there's my affiliate link for Kartra. If you don't have Kartra and you want it, this is a good reason to get it, because you don't have to build all that shit. You can just import it, deploy it, and it's all done. So pretty cool stuff. So over in Kartra, I just started using the agency mode of Kartra, and I believe we've got Mary on here, and I got you in here as one of my agencies. So I'm going to log into your account, and I'm going to show you how this thing works. So over under campaigns, we go under available campaigns, and you'll see I imported this in here for you. All 58
Right.
assets are in your account right now. And when you click deploy campaign, it will install all of them. I think I've already done this for you. I'm going to check.
Okay.
I don't want to do it again if I have, because I don't want you to have double assets all over the place and be confused. But I think I've already done this. But for those of you that want to use this, when you get into your Kartra account, go under campaigns, go to the available campaigns tab, click the import button, and paste in that share code that I gave you. And that'll import the whole campaign right into your account. And then it'll show up here like this. And then you can just click on deploy the campaign. And it'll install the whole thing. So if we go over here, I'm going to just start going through. So I clicked on products, and you'll notice there's the two products. This is the upsell of the white glove install. This is the acquisitionnaire. And it's got, when you click on it, you'll notice it's got 3 different products. It's got the regular one, the agency, and the white label. So Mary could come in here and say, well, I have my product has 3 levels too. I'm just going to rename this stuff. I don't have to recreate the wheel here. All she's got to do, click edit the product, and notice it says incomplete. The configuration was incomplete. That's because you have to assign how you want to get paid. You don't want to use my merchant account and have your products being funded into my account. So it doesn't do that. I'll just by default. So payment processing, you have to come over here and select if you want credit card or PayPal. So when you select that, it gives you the drop down, and she doesn't have anything set up in here. This is a brand new account. So she's going to need to set up, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. But that's basically what all you have to do. Connect your payment gateway, and then this product is live, ready to take money.
So John, if I were to if I want to use Acquisitionaire and my own product, would I have to clone that first and then edit?
You could,
so I can keep Acquisitionaire?
You could do that. You can absolutely do that.
Okay.
You can also deploy the whole campaign again if you want to.
Oh, okay.
So notice when you deploy the campaign, this is something I didn't show you guys, but when you deploy the campaign, there's 58 assets. You put a prefix on all of them. And when in yours, Mary, I put funnel 1. So see how there's
Okay.
funnel 1? Every
Mhm.
piece of every part of that 58 pieces is going to start with funnel 1. So you know that that is a piece of that campaign.
Okay.
So whether it's products, lists, forms, memberships, it's all going to start with funnel 1. If you go in and you want to update and edit and change all this, make sure that whatever you change it to starts with all the same thing. So you know that's all part of that one campaign. If you want to change funnel 1, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you make them all the same so you know. Because once you get 2 or 3 campaigns, it's going to get really confusing if you don't have your naming down.
All right.
So anyway, in here under pricing, I've got 7 different pricing structures for the same product. And I'll show you why. In here, they're all recurring, but price 1 is $99 a month. It's $99 a month, and the initial payment is $299, covers you for the first 30 days. So basically, you could say, our initiation fee is $299, and it covers your first month's service. So you get 1 month free. On price 2 covers you for 60 days. So you could say it's $99 a month, but your initiation fee of $299 is going to cover you for 2 months for free. Because you notice that was in my 72-hour sale. So on the buttons, when you click the button to make the purchase on the 72-hour sale, I put the price to button. Right? If you miss that and you go to the next one, it's the price 1 button. So price 3 is a 3-month free. I didn't offer that one, but I could in a future promo. I want it all built in here so I can have ultimate flexibility to do anything I want with this product. Price 4 is just straight up no setup fee, 99 bucks a month right out of the chute. So I could run that as a promo. Number 5, this is for beta users. Beta users get discounted monthly, no setup fee, right out of the chute, 49 bucks a month. This one is the $1. This is basically if I want to give somebody access for just $1, I can do it. Like my apprentice members, they get access for $1. Price 7. This one is 49 bucks. So it's the beta pricing, but you get 2 months free. So the first 49 covers you for 2 months. So you get, it's not really 2 months free, but you get 2 months for 49 bucks. And you could have as many of these as you want. If you want another one, you just click add and you can put another price variation. You can make one-time payments. You can make installments. Almost everything I do is recurring. And then if I want an initial payment, I just select that and I put the parameters, how much and how long does it cover? So this is an incredibly powerful program. I don't know if you guys are getting that yet, but this thing, and I've done everything. Like I have actually used this thing. Usually I'll buy stuff and I use about that much of it. I'm using a lot of Kartra. I'm showing you a lot of what it can do. So we've got a refund policy here on pages. This is the thank you page. So for each of the prices, you could have a different thank you page. That's a little too much work for me. I just use the same one. On checkout, this is where, and Mary, you need to really go through everything. Like you don't want my logo on your pages.
Right.
So you want to just go through every little step, change everything, make sure it's, it's set for you for what you want to do. Here's my cart abandonment tag. If somebody comes in, whatever price level, I want them to get hit with the cart abandonment tag. And then there's my bump offer. This is where you tell it what offer you want to go up to. And then post sale, this is where you can put them on your list. You can tag them. Like here, I'm putting them on as an acquisitioner customer. If they make a purchase, I want them tagged as a customer. Here's where I give them access to the membership. And then there's 3 automation rules. Basically here, what I'm saying is if the customer buys the acquisitioner product, unsubscribe them from the sequence. I want them out of the webinar sequence. I don't want them keeping getting those emails. Unsubscribe them from cart abandonment if they've got that. Unsubscribe them from the webinar opt-in sequence if they're still in that for some reason. And subscribe them to the new customer sequence. So they start getting the new sequence that they need to get. Also here, maybe they've got a past customer tag because maybe they bought this before and then canceled it. So if they're a new customer, I don't want them to have a past customer tag lingering. So we just remove it. And then here, if they cancel their subscription at any time in the future, we want to add the past customer tag. We want to unassign the customer tag at whatever level they came in. customer, agency, or white label. Just remove all those tags and put the past customer tag on them. And you can have as many of these as you want. You can customize this to do all the automations you could ever imagine. And then the affiliate. So in your account, I guess you don't have the affiliate plan unlocked, but any of you that do, I've got the whole affiliate program built out for you as well.
Well,
So
I might
that's-
as well become an affiliate, huh?
Yeah, you might as well upgrade and do that.
I think that it depends on what level, like the starter level doesn't include affiliate programs anymore.
Yeah,
They changed their pricing model and
yeah. So anyway, that's products. If we go under the communications tab, this is where we've got lists and tags. So here you've got the acquisitionnaire list. And then you've got all of the acquisitionnaire tags. Now, obviously, you have different product names and stuff. So you can come in here and you can edit all these tags and just change them to whatever you want. But here's a tag for when they come in the lead quiz. I actually gave you the lead quiz too.
Okay.
Here's the one where the final tag where they went through the whole thing and they just didn't buy. So it put a didn't buy tag on them. Later on, you can come back and try and sell them something different. Here's the replay page tag, the evergreen landing page. They viewed the landing page tag, the webinar sign up tag, the white glove install tag, past customer tag. It's got all the tags, everything. And then pages. Here's all the pages, all ready to go. There's the opt-in page, the thank you page. And here is the cool thing. We didn't really do any configuration whatsoever, but these things are all live. Like if we go here, we can get the code for this page. And there is the code for your landing page. So let's go up here. Let's open a new browser and paste that in. So this is in your Kartra account. This is your page. Obviously, you want to change my logo and my phone number, but you could use this ebook as a lead magnet. So if we say, get my free copy, I'm going to opt in. I'll be your first opt-in. There it is.
Going.
Now I can download it. I just click, download that ebook, and it's on my desktop. Now here, it's going to offer me to invite here to the free webinar. Look at that. That's your webinar. Now notice the webinar is already done. So what happened? It bypassed it, went right to the replay sign up because the timer was already over. Right? Remember how I said if the webinar is already passed, that page will disappear magically and you'll just go right here. So now I can sign up here for your replay. If you go back and reset the timer, the live webinar sequence will run. And you really didn't have to do anything other than just deploy the campaign. It's all in your account ready to roll. This thing is incredible. So all these pages are live for you right now. They're all ready to go. Obviously, you're going to want to go in and change out all of your headers and footers. So here's the lead gen page. You can click to preview them. But all that stuff is all in there, ready to go for you. Who likes what they're seeing here?
Me.
Yeah, I bet you do. But all the forms, I mean, everything. And then if I go, let me pull up my email here and see. Let's see here. Get messages. I don't know if I got the email from you. Here's one. I did the same thing in Linda's account. So I'm in one of Linda's sequences now. So I'm getting her emails. It's coming from her. She hasn't changed my email template out yet. It's my email, but it's coming from her because it's in her account that's running this thing. So you need to update all of your email templates and all that. So let me show you another thing. Since this is a brand new account for Mary, she probably hasn't set her email up yet. So let's go over here and go under integrations. And I'll show you guys, if you start up a new account, you need to go in here and do some configuration. So like under here, you want to edit this, and you would want to change this to put in your actual email address here, Mary.
Okay,
And you can't use a Gmail. You have to actually use
right.
a main email. And then
Okay,
you can send yourself a test message. But once that's done, all of those messages, like when I just opted in, I should have received an email. And it was just because you haven't set it up yet.
right. Okay,
So configure your email, and then we had talked about configuring your credit card account too. So for that, under integrations, you can go to the payment integrations, and you can set up Square, Stripe, PayPal, Braintree, or AuthorizeNet. You can have multiple. Like for a while, I had AuthorizeNet as my main one, and now I've got a Stripe account. I used to offer PayPal until they completely screwed me. So I had options for payments, but you just need one. You got to have one payment option. And that's about it. There's a
So that-
lot of
that payment option, John, is that if that's for acquisitionnaire, wouldn't it be your,
no, these are your products in here.
okay, okay,
This acquisitionnaire is just the label on it.
right, okay,
So what you need to do is you need to change it to your products, your fulfillment, whatever you're selling, and just use the shell that I've created and just go in and make it your own. It's like what I
okay.
did here is I gave you a house, and it just happens to have all my furniture in it. So just move all my shit out and put yours in. Repaint it to your color scheme, all of that.
Will do.
But I gave you a fully functioning house. It's got all the
Yeah, I
water,
can see that.
plumbing, everything.
If not, you'll be paying John's utility bills.
No, Kartra gets the utility bills.
Yeah, I'm curious on that, John. All right. Is there the membership, which is the educational area, is the membership inside her area, or is that inside your area?
No, this is her membership site. So obviously she needs to change the name and the logo, but let's go ahead and look at it.
Okay.
It's got funnel 1 on the name. So all the assets have funnel 1 on them. That's how you know it's part of that campaign. But this should be an exact copy replica of my membership site. So it's got all the, it should have all the layout and everything.
But yeah, but your fulfillment and stuff for the program is in yours. What I'm talking about, like, is it like the fulfillment in there or not? That's where I'm confused.
We're going to find out.
Oh, okay.
I'm opening the builder here. So we're going to have to go through the tutorial because this is a brand new account.
So John, why is this coming up in membership? I thought this was a product that she's offering.
Well, the product has a membership attached to it.
Oh.
Remember over here, when you buy the acquisitionnaire, you get the membership site that's got all the training and all that.
Oh,
So the help
okay.
desk.
Got it, got it. So if she had her own membership site,
Yeah, this thing
she
is,
would, this would be an additional membership for Acquisition Air.
yeah. So the essence here is she doesn't have to create a membership site from scratch. I built her the house with all the rooms in it.
Got it.
She just needs to move my furniture out, move hers in.
Right.
So just go in and rename the tabs. You click on edit over here. You can rename all my tabs to whatever you want them to be. You can change the content out. But this is a full-blown copy of my whole business.
Right, but if I'm selling acquisition air, I just leave it the way it is, correct?
Well, you don't really have the ability to sell Acquisitioner as Acquisitioner. You could sell it as an affiliate or
Right,
as a,
that's what I was thinking, yeah.
but yeah, as a white label, you could be selling the service. You could give your members access to the service and then just change out, whatever you need to put in here for yours. So yes, you could do that.
Okay.
You could definitely do that. But how cool is this to have the whole freaking thing done? You can change the color scheme, the logos, the contents, and you have a full-blown membership site up, ready to go. If you want to change the layout, you can do that here. And then also notice as we go through the different tabs, I don't know if you guys have seen all the different stuff in here. You can enable or disable comments. I usually use comments off on all my membership sites. I don't want people in there having a free-for-all. Access levels. This is really cool. You can actually create different levels of access. If you have members that have a low level access to a membership, you can turn on and off all of the content, what they get access to. And then you can say if I want them to get instant access or if I want them to get access 3 days in. You might have like 6 months worth of content and you have a 30-day money back guarantee and you don't want them to get access to everything the first 30 days. So you could give them only access to what you want them to have access during the first 30 days. And then if they don't ask for a refund, then you can open them up to the next month's content. So this thing is unbelievable. The features in Kartra, the amount of power that this thing has is, I can't imagine running my business without it, honestly. At this point, you take Kartra away from me, I'm probably going to be done. I'm probably going fishing. All right, so progress bar, you can turn that on or off. Help desk, you can turn the help desk support on. You can have a welcome message. Now, you're definitely going to want to change this, Mary, because this is the welcome message that we've got in here. You leave the login email, and the password, it'll generate all that and send it to your customer. But you want to, if it's not for Acquisition Air, you want to change this stuff out and the Internet Dominator stuff. So there's a lot of pieces under the hood here. Here's another thing with the email. Notice I've got rich email selected here. That allows you to do colors and images and all that stuff. You can also create templates. See where it says My Templates? If you click on My Templates, I don't think you have any templates in here yet. But once you get the email configured the way you want it, come down here and click Save as Template. And then it'll save that whole framework. It'll save everything. And then you can use that and plug it in and use it over and over and over. Like I don't have to come in and configure every email to have this footer in it. I just slide the template over, paste my email in, and away I go. So that's under the templates. And then they've also got full templates too. If you want to use one of their templates and just slide it over and plunk it in. I actually did that to start mine. I scrolled through here and let's see. Oh, it was this one. I actually used this template. See, it's got the footer, the header, the signature. I just slid that in, changed the color, got rid of the image, and just saved it as my own template. So pretty cool stuff here. Same thing with support desks. Oh, one more tab, then we're done. So you can add tags and automations, but we've already added all this stuff already, so I didn't need to do it in here. All right, so calendars. Here's another section. We've got two calendars in here. We've got the Brady and the Connie calendar. Obviously, you're going to want to change those and configure them to make them complete. And help desks.
Wait, John, can you add more than one person's calendar in there?
Yes, you can have as many calendars as you like.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
So here, okay, so I didn't realize this in the lower level plans, some of the stuff you don't get, like the affiliate program and the help desk. I guess you don't get that in the beginner level of Kartra at this point. So if you want to upgrade and you want a help desk, you can do that. If you want to do the affiliate, you can upgrade and add that stuff. But like Linda, in your account, you've got all this stuff because you've got the upgraded account. So you got the whole shooting match.
Don't worry, I'll put Brady to work.
Yeah, you could schedule him. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, this is really powerful. And having this all dropped into your account like that is like a game changer for most of you. And like I said, I'm going to tell you with no uncertainty, if you took Kartra away from me, I would be done. I would be ready to retire. I would not continue on. I'd be out. I would not start over without this. You might convince me to go and try something different, but I don't know. I think I'd just be going fishing at this point. I'd be very, very over it because my entire business runs on this, and the automations and everything, it's just like unbelievable. So remember, I opted in, so I am your first lead. And then you can see I've got one sequence. So the lead magnet sequence is basically going to be, you're going to be sending me those emails now, trying to get me to sign up for your stuff. So very, very cool stuff here. Leads, tags, lists, you got it all. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and log.
That's awesome, John. Thanks.
I'm going to go log back out of your account there. So now you know what you have to look forward to. You got all this stuff to play with.
Right.
So you're going to have a busy weekend.
Mhm.
So configure your email, configure your payment gateway, and just start putting the pieces together. You got a lot of stuff to go through, and just it's like a Chinese nesting doll. You got all these tabs. You open a tab, and then you got more tabs, and you open those, and you got more tabs. So just go through and explore the whole thing, and you got a lot of editing to do. But the framework's built. The house is built.
Right.
Time for you to move in. And you don't have to use it all either. Like,
Right.
you don't have to use the help desk. That's not necessary. You don't have to use the membership site. Not necessary. but it's all there. You can pick and choose what you like and what you don't like. And you're all good.
Thank you.
So, and anyone else, you got the share code of how to get that in. I showed you how to import it, how to deploy it. Just know that when you deploy it, you're going to have to put a prefix in there that's meaningful to you. And that will put that prefix on all of your assets. The other thing that you've got is, I think I showed you guys where to get the documents in the ACT program too, under the resource tab. And it's got that perplexity document, which is the prompts that I use to create all of that stuff. You can learn a lot just from looking at how I was prompting it. It's, and I'm going to go through, I've totally decided I'm going to go through and change the ACT program. It's time for it to be updated. It needs to be powered by AI. The whole entire analysis process that's in ACT is completely antiquated at this point.
Just started going back through it. So
I mean, it's good stuff. I'm not saying it's not good stuff, but the process to actually do it is completely antiquated.
so if we're in it right now and we bounce it off of Plexity, we'll still get sort of kind of the same effect, right? Going through the analysis portion,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
I'll tell you just in a nutshell what I'm going to change it to. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you the prompts to have Perplexity do the analysis for you.
Oh, okay.
And
That is rocking. I like that idea a lot.
And I'll tell you what the prompt is. It's very simple. The prompt is going to be first for you to do a little research on your own and figure out your ideal customer. If you don't know who they are, then y'all have other prompts for that. But once you kind of get a handle on what your market is, the next thing I want you to do, and you could even use Perplexity to do this, figure out what the common reader is reading. Like your avatar, figure out what magazines they read, what websites they go, if there's publications they belong to, and then use Perplexity for that. Say, our average reader reads this magazine, or they are subscribed to this website or this podcast. And then tell me, of the people that are subscribed to that and read that, what is the common denominators for them? What's their psychographics and their demographics of people that read these blogs or whatever? And it will come back and it'll do the data for you. It'll tell you who your ideal customer is. Notice when I did mine in Perplexity, I gave it my sales page. I said, here's my product. Who is the ideal customer for this product? So you can bang it around and reverse engineer it however you like, but you're using it to tell you who your ideal customer is. Once you've nailed them down, continue the string. Say, based on who you believe my ideal customer is, tell me about their deepest fears. What are they afraid of? What would keep them from using my solution to get the result they desire? That right there is very powerful. That statement I just said is incredibly powerful. Also ask it, what is their desired outcome and why? Why is this important to them? You're pulling out the emotional triggers. And more than that, what you're doing is you're training the machine on what the emotional triggers are for your product, for your customers. Guess why you want to do that? So it can write your copy. So your questions, keep this in mind. When you're questioning the machine, you're not questioning the machine so you can learn. You're questioning the machine so it can learn to do what you want it to do. That is the thing that you need to kind of wrap your head around. This isn't just a chat bot for you to chat with. You use it strategically. It is a robot to do what you want it to do. So your questions are going to pre-frame it, you're going to train it, and you're going to make it incredibly powerful for you. If you look at my prompts, that was what I was doing. I was training it. I was getting it to understand who my ideal customer was. I was verifying it. Remember, I asked it, do you know what a lead magnet is? Because I want to know what its interpretation of it is. And if it's not correct, I'm going to adjust it. Because the next question is, I'm going to ask it to create a lead magnet for me. I need to know, I need to understand it knows what I'm talking about and that we're on the same page. So it's just like training an employee, but you only have to do it once. But that training piece is incredibly important if you want the machine to do its best. If you want mediocre results, you don't have to worry about any of this. Just go chat with it like everyone else does. And you'll get the same results everyone else does. If you want spectacular results and you want this thing to create converting copy and you want it to beat the best copywriters hands down, just put in a little bit of effort and work with it. Right? It's a brain game. You're playing a brain game here. And it's incredibly powerful. Playing with it is I'm learning more and more every day. Every time I play with it, I get a little deeper into it and a little more of, hey, here's what you need to ask it. But just where I'm at now, it's incredibly powerful. So, but I want you guys to be able to take what I've learned and leverage it and, use it. That's why I gave you the document. You can read through it, think about, how would you do this for yours? If you've got a sales page up, feed it in there. Ask it, who do you believe is the ideal customer for this product? And if you agree with it, great, move forward. If you don't, then adjust it. Tell it, no, that's not who I really want to sell to. And just make sure it understands that it's working. It works for you, right? You don't work for it. You don't have to take what it says as gospel. If you don't like what it says, correct it. And it'll do exactly what you ask. That's an amazing, amazing thing. People are going to want to marry this thing. It just does what you ask it to do. It's amazing. So, Randy, you got your hand up still there?
Yeah, but I want to get some feedback real quick. It won't take long on some book covers. But Roger had his hand up,
Okay.
and he may have a question about what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, Roger, go ahead.
Hey, thanks, John. Yes, Brandy, thank you. That is the case. John, earlier you talked about the abandoned cart tag, usually applied to the hottest leads because they actually put your product in the cart. But it sounded like you actually use it anytime somebody has already opted into your lead magnet and then leaves. True, or do you only use it when they put something in the cart?
Only the cart abandonment tag only gets applied when they've abandoned the cart.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought you said anytime somebody drops away, you put that there, and that causes a "why did you leave me? You don't love me" sequence.
No, let me show it again here, just so you get the idea. Okay, so the cart abandonment tag is up here, and it basically gets applied if they're on any of these pages here. These are the sales pages. And if they put it in the cart, they click the button to buy it, that puts it in their cart. And then if they don't complete the purchase, if they don't wind up landing here and they close the browser or whatever, that tag is applied and that sequence now fires.
Perfect. Thanks, John.
Yep. Yep. And then if they do purchase, then all of these other sequences get removed with an automation and we move forward.
Brilliant funnel, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, It is really cool to actually have this running. This thing has actually made sales the last 3 days in a row. And I haven't even started yet. I don't even know where the sales are coming from, but they're coming off of the funnel. I can see people going through it. I can see in my Kartra account, I can see tags being applied. I can see emails going out. It's like, this thing is going to be a monster when I unleash it. I can't imagine what's going to happen when I start driving a bunch of traffic sources into this thing. And I've already decided, as soon as I get this thing done and up and running, which I'm pretty much there, the only thing I have left to do is the actual presentation and do the live webinar, so I've got the replay. Once I plug that in, I'm going to stick my stamp of approval on this thing and let it rip. And I'm going to do the same thing for the ACT program. I've never done that. I've never tried to actually sell the ACT program. And the first thing that is sequencing that to my, basically to my awareness, was that quiz. When I'm like, I need to send these people somewhere, I'll send them to ACT. So I'm going to build out a very similar funnel to this for ACT. And then when they click on that from that quiz, that will start that next sales funnel sequence. And I'm going to do it for everything. There is no reason for me not to do this and have this in place working for me on everything I do. It's just stupid. I mean, I can call myself lazy all I want, but for me to not do this is just foolish. I have left so much money on the table from not having this running, and I can just see that clear as a bell. You know, we talk about our year-end process and, you know, examining that for, you know, for making things better in the next year. How much better do you think my sales are going to be when I've got this stuff working for me? You know, this is going to be a game changer. So it's just, I don't know why I haven't done it up to now. I really don't. I've known how to do it. I've told all of you to do it. It was a lot of work though, I got to tell you. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. So, all right.
Hey, John.
Yeah, go ahead,
Hey,
Chris.
hey, so your new phrase is, look, I might be lazy, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So funnel on, my friend, funnel on.
I'm absolutely going to funnel on all over the place.
So John,
Teresa.
can I share the screen and ask for some help real quick?
Yeah, let me grab Teresa and Ben here real quick.
Okay.
First. Go ahead, Teresa.
I'm in my Kartra account. Could you walk me through where I find this package, please?
Yes.
This is such a gift. John, you are so generous.
I can do that. Okay, so first of all, you need the share code. Did you get the share code?
No.
Okay, so in the ACT program, this is where the share code lives. If you go up to the resources tab.
Okay.
So click on resources.
Got it.
And then go into Kartra. And then it is the second one down, the ultimate funnel.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I missed a step in there somewhere.
And then this is the little video right here that shows you how to use it, how to import it into your account. And there's the code right there.
Yeah, because I want my funner.
So does that get you where you need to go?
It sure does. Thank you very, very much.
All right, you got it. All right, Ben?
Hear me?
Yep, you're a little faint, but
Okay, sorry.
oh,
Yeah, I found your affiliate link for Kartra because I'm not a member yet. It's at $229 a month for growth. Has anyone used the 20% off coupon or got it for the $183 a month recently?
I can actually give you a better coupon.
Oh, cool.
Let me see here. They just sent the coupon thing out for us this morning. Let me see if I can find it. I've got a
Because
35.
we have to have growth to do all this, right?
Yeah, I have a 35% off coupon for you.
Okay, cool.
And the coupon code is Kartra AI 35. So you can use Kartra AI 35 and get 35% off your first payment.
Okay, oh, first payment. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have any long-term deals like that. I'm actually on the board of Kartra for their advisory board, and we get to bounce stuff off with them. So I'm gonna. They originally had something where it would discount it for like a year, and I'm gonna try and see if I can get them to bring something like that back.
Okay, so no more. Okay, the first 30 days is free, I believe, but no more like lifetime 20% off, huh?
They don't have that. No, they haven't had that for quite some time.
Okay, but if I do growth at yearly, I can use the 35% off. That would be the most best bang for the buck, right?
I think so. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it will work for that.
Okay, and then we have to have growth to do all this, right? Because it has the webinar and survey quizzes in case we do any funnels with those, right?
You don't really have to have it, but if you want to use all the pieces in there, then yeah, you have to upgrade for all the pieces. But I'm not actually using the Kartra webinar portion. I'm just using a Zoom for my webinar.
Okay.
So I'm just using the pages and all of that for Kartra to do that. But I'm not actually using their webinar service. I haven't tried that out yet. That's kind of a new feature for them. So they're I love all their new features though. Their quiz thing has been out for a little while, and now that I'm playing around with it, it's absolutely phenomenal. That is a really good way to bring people into your funnel through those quizzes.
Okay, thanks.
All right, cool. All right, let me do Randy here real quick, and then we're going to wrap up. We're already over the 2 hour mark here. So go ahead, Randy. Share what you got.
All right. So let's see here. So what's going on is been working on this book and revise it, but it's a book that I've been working on. It's my signature book, and it's all about getting unstuck, helping people get unstuck and moving to their next level and so forth. So I'm newly working with this person as creating the book covers, and so I just want to get some feedback on a scale. These are all numbered, and I think this one is here's number 1. So I'm just going to go through them. There's probably 20. And if you could just put in the chat what stands out, which one, if there's a color that stands out more, if you don't like the color. And then the second part of that, other than the design of the cover, is whether or not your path to liberation as a subtitle makes sense and rings bells, or is there another word? And the other words that have been coming up are your path to freedom, your path to empowerment, your path to clarity, and your path to transformation as a subtitle. But the main title is Unstuck. So here we go. This is the first one. Second one. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Seventh. Eighth. Ninth. 10th. 11th. So that's the first set.
So I can give you some feedback right out of the gate on
Okay.
that. So unstuck, I did not see any image that told me you were stuck.
Okay.
I
So
saw
that's
mess. I saw
right.
mess.
Exactly. So that was the first set. So here's the second set. This is
like that.
12,
I like that a lot better.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20.
But
And
I
21,
definitely
final
like
one.
this. I
Anything
definitely
jump
like
out?
this section a lot better. But still, it's a maze. It's confusion.
Mm-hmm.
I still didn't see an image that really showed that you were stuck.
Okay.
But the graphics and the just appeal of the whole second set of images was way better.
Yeah, I thought the graphics on the second set,
Yeah.
But a little more in terms of showing, I need to tell the designer a little more visual of somebody being stuck and getting unstuck, more emphasis there, right?
Yeah. What you might do is use perplexity.
Okay.
And you asked about the tagline too. I would use perplexity there as well. Because, like you had the pathway to, I don't know, like you got to tune in on who the actual audience is,
Mm-hmm.
or you can fine tune your messaging.
Okay.
Because your names and your labels and your taglines and all that, that's all part of your messaging.
Right.
That has to connect and speak the language of your ideal customer. So you can't just generically ask that kind of a question. That question will be defined. The answer will be defined by who you're targeting to.
Got it. Okay.
But then, if unstuck is your thing, I would love to see a graphic that actually made me feel like, oh shit, yeah, he's stuck. He needs help. Like maybe there's a log on you and somebody's trying to lift it off of you or something.
Somebody said fly paper the other day, but I thought, well,
Oh yeah.
Young people might not know what fly paper is, but if you emphasize the fly pulling his leg off and seeing glue stuck, maybe that might.
Yeah, that is true. And again, it's back to your audience.
Yeah.
If young people are your audience and they don't get it, then it's
Right.
not a good visual.
Exactly.
So it really comes down to focusing in on your target market,
All right.
your avatar.
I'll work that angle. Okay, thanks.
Randy, I like the black and yellow color themes. They seem to pop out, and also it's in our brains as a cautionary space, right? Even on the road.
Uh-huh.
And like John saying, I don't know about the fly paper. That's kind of a gross imagery to me. Just trying to be helpful to you.
Right.
And then, like John said, like, I don't even know your niche. Is it for business? I may have missed that, Rand.
As far as the market niche?
Yeah, like, because the imagery will be impacted by your niche.
Okay.
You know what I
Hey,
mean?
John.
Oh.
John, I have been asking for reviewing my email sequence for 2 weeks. But anyway, I'm going to rewrite
Excuse me, we're not done with Randy.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I thought you were done. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Okay, so I'll work on I'll zero in on that, and I'll use Plexity to help me zero in a little bit more on that. Because I don't have that's a challenge for me, because there's entrepreneurs that I'm working with, there's coaches that I'm working with, there's executive
but is it in the umbrella of like personal development?
Yes, personal professional development, yes.
So that would be a good umbrella to start with. And like John, if you have Kartra, Randy, then I would totally take this and dissect it like John just did Perplexity. That'll give you hey John, does Perplexity do graphic design, or should he go into like DALL-E or Mid Journey? Like Mid Journey gives a lot, it's very intricate designs, like illustrations. Trying to think of an AI program for him to use for graphics.
Yeah, what you can do is you can use Perplexity to give you the scripts or the prompts to create your image.
And then
yeah, and then take those prompts into a graphic image AI system. I've been trying, like you, I use DALL-E, and I've been using LimeWire, and they both have now sections. You want it to be graphic, or you know what I mean? Like they sectioned it out now, like anime, and people are writing stuff to you in the chat too, Randy.
Got it.
I feel like we're hurrying because
No,
John.
that's okay. No, that's okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to put my number in there, Rand, if you want to brainstorm. I'm pretty good with graphic design. I was
Okay.
an award-winning art director back in the day. Hold on, I'll give you my number there.
Okay.
Let me get it right here. 5846. Okay, and we might even be connected already. I just sent it to you directly.
Okay.
But yeah, if you have Kartra and you have access to that Perplexity is banging awesome, John. Thank you for showing us. But yeah, Rand, you could throw some prompts in there, and then it'll help you narrow. It'll, like John just showed us, give you your audience more, and then then you take those, whatever it churns out for you, and put it into some AI graphic programs. And I've tried several at this point because, I'm designing a lot of stuff. So maybe I could help you.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're
Sounds
welcome.
good. And I saved the chat. So thank you, everybody.
All right. Well, cool. Chris, I think we got you already, did we?
Yeah, but I just wanted to throw one quick suggestion out to Randy. You know that graphic they have, like it's a timeline of man's development. You got the fish, and then the raccoon, and then the monkey, and then the caveman, and then the businessman. You know that kind of progression.
Yeah.
Maybe that would help your getting unstuck.
Got it.
You know that visual that's commonly used. And so anyway, so like three images of someone being really stuck, and then getting like quicksand. They're in quicksand, and then they're getting out, and they have like mud on their waist. But then the next image they're in a business suit holding cash. So anyway, that's a very visual common thing.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that idea. I did think about quicksand the other day. So thank you.
All right. And then back to Sue, and then we'll wrap up. You just have to unmute there, Sue.
Asking to review my email sequence for 2 weeks, but anyway, now I think I'm going to rewrite with Perplexity, and you can review it next week.
Okay. Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap up for today. We will see you all next week. I'll be in I don't know where I'll be next week, but I'll be on. So we will see you then, and have a great week, and play with Perplexity and your Kartra accounts. Play with Kartra too. Kartra loves to be played with.
Thanks, John.
Talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Sean.